Go.
Hello everybody, mến chào các bạn đến với The Nail Tip Show. Hôm nay chương trình OPI Pro Show mang đến các bạn những collection mới với Galdina và Heather. Hello everybody, welcome to OPI Virtual Pro Show with The Nail Tip Show. I'm Tiffany Ho, your host today. OPI is partnering with Skyline Beauty Supply to share with you special deals for OPI products, and we are going to be sharing with you free nail education with OPI design artists. Now I have two very special guests with us here today in the studio. So let's introduce them. We have Heather Reynosa. She is OPI Director of Global Education. Say hi, Heather.
Where am I? Hi. Thanks for having me.
Hello, and we have the amazing Galdina Jimenez. She is sharing with you guys some nail art demos today. Say hi, Galdina.
Hi, so excited to be here again.
Yes, well, if you guys have been following us, you know Galdina has been back here at the studios very many times, so we're so excited to have her back. Heather, we have an exciting show today. What are the three collections we're going to share today that OPI just launched?
We have three very exciting collections, and we actually have a brand new product line even within those collections. We'll be introducing Nature Strong today. It's our very first vegan nail lacquer line. It is naturally sourced. Then we also are following up with DTLA. It's our next collection. It's a seasonal collection. It's our fall collection. It's part of our OPI's Los Angeles collections for the year. We had our 40th anniversary this year. So every collection has been focused on various parts of the Los Angeles area. We just came off of Malibu, and now we're coming into downtown Los Angeles. And then third, and my personal favorite, is our new Gel Effects Velvet Vision. It's a magnetic effect, and I'm going to make a lot of noise when we get to that part.
Yes, we are we're going to be featuring these three collections today on our show, and we are so excited. But before we get to that, we need to give a special shout out to our supplier for today, which is Skyline Beauty Supply. Let's head over and let's watch a quick video from them.
Kính chào quý khách, tôi là Beauty Ngô, người sáng lập ra Skyline Beauty Supply. Nhân dịp này, chúng tôi xin cảm ơn đến OPI, một thương hiệu ngành nail nổi tiếng nhất thế giới, đã tổ chức một buổi livestream để cho công ty chúng tôi có cơ hội. Cảm ơn tất cả những khách hàng đã ủng hộ chúng tôi hơn suốt 30 năm qua. OPI và Skyline sẽ tiếp tục đồng hành và nỗ lực phát triển không ngừng để mang lại những sản phẩm và dịch vụ tốt nhất trong tương lai.
Thank you so much, Skyline Beauty Supply. If you guys are interested in any of the collection today, you can go ahead and call for your orders. But let me tell you the special deals that we have for you today. Skyline Beauty Supply is offering 20% off OPI nail lacquer, gel color, as well as powder perfection trios. If you purchase $300, you receive one OPI logo mask and an apron for free. And if you purchase $600 or more, you'll receive an OPI logo mask, apron, water bottle, and a towel for free. So if you're interested, again, in the collection, make sure to go ahead and call at 714-482-5600 5423. Go ahead and get on those deals, you guys, because you get those goodies. And talking about goodies, we will be having one special audience member. If you're watching today, you will get a chance to win an amazing giveaway bundle. We have collected all these OPI goodies that we're going to share with you right now. And if you watch and pay attention and answer our question at the end of the show correctly, if you're the first one, you will be able to win this bundle. And I want to say that this is for US members only, so make sure to stay tuned and pay attention for the question. All right, Heather, what are we giving away today?
We're giving away stuff that I have.
Yes.
So you'll have stuff that I have. It's
Yay.
very cool. First and foremost, this OPI towel. This is such a nice salon item to have in general. These tend to go like hotcakes. When I was back in the days of teaching classes, logo items went like crazy. This towel was no exception. Towels go like crazy. And this looks super premium, very nice to have spotlight.
Yes.
And then the masks. The masks are super, super soft. These are so comfortable. They are lined, so you can put filters inside of them. But we have this lovely
The
black
black
with the
one.
red and the heart.
Yes.
We have this crazy cool watercolor pastel. Love this. And then we also have an apron. You'll see Galdina wearing this while she's doing her demos today. We have the OPI Los Angeles logo
Yes.
on this beautiful black apron.
It's so cool.
It's so cool. It's super easy to deal with. It cleans up like a breeze. We know we need that because we get dusty. And then finally, this OPI calendar. It shows every single collection, all of our new franchises, great new imagery. It looks super premium for every single month of 2021.
And
Going
2022.
through and 22.
Yes.
So definitely stuff that you want, although I kind of wish we had that water bottle. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm gonna go find one.
Yes, so if you guys are looking to get some free goodies, okay, make sure to pay attention. Galdina will have a special question for you guys at the end of the show, and you'll be entered to win this giveaway bundle. All right, so we're gonna be moving on into of course, featuring our collections. The first collection that we're going to be sharing today is the Velvet Vision collection, which is OPI's Magnetic Effect Gel Colors collection. It has 6 beautiful colors. But Heather, can you tell me a little bit more about this collection? Because, you're the director of global education. Tell us more about this.
I am. That means I should know about it, right? The coolest thing about this was a trend we were able to jump on very quickly, and thank goodness that we did, because it's blowing up everywhere. This is a huge trend on social. It's a huge trend in salons right now, and we are bringing it to you right here, where you can order it. Oh, right here in the United States. You can go get it right at the store at Skyline Beauty Supply. It's fantastic. This is very, very similar to what we've seen where we talked about the cat eye pigments, where you need a color underneath. You put this cool sheer mica gel polish, or sometimes it was a lacquer. You hit it with a magnet and get this great dimensional effect. The great thing about this product is you do not need a base color to get that effect and that opacity. You can use this as its own standalone color all by itself and get serious impact. I think I said earlier that this is what glitter wants to be when it grows up.
Yes.
And every time I have applied it to anybody, even people within OPI who have looked at it for a while now, they walk around moving their hands because it moves.
Yes.
It's pretty dynamic. It's very impactful, and I can't wait to see what Galdina does with it under camera.
I know. I'm wearing it right now, so I'm very excited. I love these colors. But for nail professionals, what are some benefits you think that, and why should they be using this collection?
It's instant nail art. It's a single bottle with nail art without the extra labor or intensity of nail art. You don't have to know how to paint a straight line. You don't have to know how to paint a flower. You don't even necessarily have to use anything to embed. It's instant gratification, and they leave, and it's like you did a magic trick for them, right?
And you can upsell, right?
You absolutely can upsell.
Exactly.
You should upsell. If you don't upsell, you're doing yourself a disservice. It's something that adds that just a little bit more without taking any more time out of your service. So take advantage.
Yes. Another thing we want to mention before we get started to the demo is that you'll see that this bottle is really unique in that they actually have added that magnet icon to the bottle, so to let you know that this this gel color, you'll be able to utilize it with a magnet, and you'll see that right now. Galdino, we're so excited to see your look with Velvet Vision. What look have you prepared for us today?
Thank you. Yeah, so this is the look that I prepared today, and it's using the basic application of the Velvet Vision, but I added a little extra pizzazz and texture using some Powder Perfection and using shades from the newest collection, Downtown LA. So I've got 2 collections in one here with this design. All right, and here are the 6 shades that I've swatched ahead of time, and I just feel like the camera doesn't do much justice what it looks like to like in real life, but you can see how it is dimensional and how it moves around as we were talking about earlier. It's just each color is so pigmented and has that effect on it once you've magnetized it. I'm gonna prep a nail so I can demo on the application.
Gardena hôm nay sẽ chia sẻ với các bạn một kiểu mẫu dùng 2 cái collection mới, đó là Downtown LA và Velvet Vision. Đây là 2 collection mới nha các bạn. Nếu mà các bạn coi cái chương trình này mà muốn mua ngay cho những cái màu hoặc là những cái siêu tập này thì các bạn có thể gọi điện thoại đến Skyline Beauty Supply nha các bạn.
All right, so I'm going to share with you how to apply using this color right here, Teal Trance, and it's basically the blue from the collection, and super simple. You only need 2 coats to get the proper pigmentation, but it is a nice sheer, almost like jelly-like consistency, so you can actually use it in layering as well. But that sheerness also works for giving that effect.
It's important that you brought up that sheerness actually, because the sheerness is what makes that mica pop and what makes that visible effect. It's what makes it happen, right? If it was a truly seriously opaque color, you wouldn't see those micas when that magnet hits. But the cool thing about it is that despite that slight translucency, you can still get full coverage color.
Right. Thanks, Heather, for adding that in. All right, so I went ahead and applied a coat of Stay Classic, which is OPI's original formulated gel color base coat. I applied a nice thin layer to my plastic tip, and I'm curing that for 30 seconds in the OPI LED light. And then I'm going to go in and apply a couple coats of Teal Trance, which is this lovely blue color. And you can even see, without magnetizing it, all those micas are going to be moving around once we apply that magnet to it. All right, so my nail is cured. I'm going to go ahead and apply an even coat of Teal Trance to the entire nail.
Gardena muốn chia sẻ với các bạn cách dùng cái Velvet Vision này. Thì cái màu mà Gardena đang dùng gọi là Teal Trance. Thì các bạn có coi đó, một lớp base, xong rồi hơi vô máy 30 giây, rồi bắt đầu sơn một lớp mỏng và đều, rồi sau đó lấy cái màu này sơn lên và dùng cái nam châm để mình làm thành cái design cho mình thôi.
All right, so I'm just using a regular magnet that you can get almost anywhere. I'm pretty sure Skyline has some of these around, but I'm going to push it in, not necessarily touching the nail, but getting it close to the 4 corners of the nail. And this is how you get that 3-dimensional velvet look. Now you can, of course, use this in many different ways. Of course, there's other sizes of magnets that you can use, but this is how we get that velvet finish.
That's my favorite color.
I love it. It's so cool. And if you guys are watching, but you instantly saw the magnet work right on the nail. And this is the live show, guys. So if you see it, that's the way you'll see it when you try it at home.
Well, and imagine that the film is the camera's actually taking away from it. So in person, imagine double the effect.
Yes.
It's really, really cool.
All right, so as that's curing, I'm gonna talk about how the nail, consistency of it is going to, we've already magnetized it one time, but then we're gonna add another coat, and it looks like it's covering up, but the effect is still underneath there, but then we're gonna add another layer of the effect, which gives it that whole like depth.
Các bạn đã coi thì Corina sơn một lớp đầu rồi bỏ vô đèn hơi 30 giây, rồi bây giờ sơn cái lớp thứ hai thì Corina sẽ làm một cái design tượng trưng giống như lớp đầu, nhưng mà nếu mà các bạn làm như vậy thì các bạn sẽ thấy có một cái lớp, hai lớp nó sẽ che phủ lên nhau mà nó ra một cái nét rất là đẹp nha các bạn.
So now you can see the opacity is much darker and you have full coverage. There's no streaking, and all we need to do is magnetize it the way we want. Now, I just want to give a quick pro tip. Let's say we are magnetizing it and we're not happy with the way it came out. So in order to fix that, I'm just going to go ahead and get my brush once more. I'm going to wipe off the excess because I don't need to add more product. All I'm doing is using the brush to simply reapply that coat, and now I can start over. So I'm going to hit it again on those four corners,
Oh, that's so good.
and here we have our velvet look.
Ok, các bạn nếu mà coi á, thì lỡ mà các bạn sơn cái lớp thứ hai mà không có hài lòng với cái cách các bạn làm cái nam châm á, thì các bạn có thể quẹt cái cọ sạch rồi sơn sơ lại, rồi các bạn dùng cái nam châm rồi ấy lên lại thành cái design thì bắt đầu mới cure, bỏ vô đèn cure nha các bạn.
All right, and then we're going to cure that for 30 seconds in the OPI LED light. All right, and after that's done curing, you want to go ahead and use your favorite OPI gel color top coat. I'm going to be using OPI gel color Stay Shiny top coat and apply a nice even coat in order to finish off your nail. So once that's done curing, we can go ahead and grab that out of our light. And this is just basically going to protect our design. Now, I do call this a design. Like Heather said, this is an upcharge, so you want to make sure that you are upcharging for your nail art that you've created. Even though it only took us a couple seconds, this is also, you are adding on an extra step by magnetizing it. But as you can see, super cool. And that top coat just gives it that extra dimension. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give that a full 30-second cure.
Sau khi các bạn cure cái lớp thứ hai rồi lấy ra, các bạn có thể sơn lên một cái lớp top coat, rồi sau đó cũng bỏ vô đèn cure 30 giây nha các bạn.
All right, and I'm gonna go in with an Expert Touch lint-free wipe and some NAS 99, and I'm gonna remove that inhibition layer because OPI's Gel Color Stay Shiny top coat does have an inhibition layer after curing, which is basically that sticky film that's left behind of uncured gel. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and wipe that off, and you're gonna see that it is super fast and easy to do, and it gives an extra cool effect.
Đó, sau cái đó là cái kiểu mẫu sau khi bỏ cái top coat. Thì đây là một cái cách làm đơn giản, dùng cái Velvet Vision là cái màu với có cái nó là metallic á, rồi các bạn phải cần cái nam châm để làm cái design nha.
All right, so now that we know how to do this, let's move on to our nail art look. So using the color from our, oh, I left it in my box. Let me grab that. So using Platinum Eclipse from our collection, I'm going to apply 2 coats and do the velvet effect using the magnetize or the magnet and cure each one for 30 seconds. Now, a pro tip is when you are applying this, capping the free edge first and then smoothing out the nail. So that is our first coat. And it does look pretty sheer, but after the second coat and after magnetizing the micas, it's gonna look more opaque.
It makes such a cool diachromatic glass effect, even with that one coat though, right?
Right?
So
Imagine
pretty.
doing a full set of clear sculpted acrylics and then like doing this on top. That would be
did
so
a
awesome.
clear set. It's so pretty. I might get a little excited about this one. I don't know if we should have started with this one.
I know. It's so cool because you can also, especially now that we're going to the holidays, you can definitely just add that glitter on for the holidays. And
Right.
the collection literally has pretty much any color you probably think of.
And it's such a universal effect. You
Yeah.
just, I mean, it's a year-round universal cool effect to wear. There's no time it's not appropriate.
Yeah, I totally see this color, definitely Platinum Eclipse being something that you are going to be popping out during the new year.
Or yesterday.
Or yesterday. All right, so I'm going to apply my second coat of Platinum Eclipse to the entire nail.
Ok, các bạn đang coi thì Cardina dùng cái màu gọi là Platinum Eclipse với cái siêu tập của cái Velvet Vision thì sơn lớp đầu rồi bỏ vô máy hơi 30 giây rồi sau đó lớp thứ hai rồi sơn xong dùng cái 500 này các bạn đang coi đó, Cardina dùng cái đó làm thành một cái design và các bạn thấy không, rất là đẹp.
All right, and I've activated the micas by pushing on each corner of the nail. And once I'm happy with that, I'm going to go ahead and cure that for 30 seconds. All right. So once again, I'm going to go in with the Stay Shiny top coat on the entire nail, and I'm going to cleanse it twice. Now, the reason why I'm cleansing it twice is because I want to make sure that I remove the entire, all the inhibition layer that I have on, because we're going to add on a little bit of a 3D effect. So this look is going to be super cool because I have the texture of the look of the different layers of that velvet effect. And then we're actually going to add some physical texture on top.
Sau khi hai lớp của cái Platinum Eclipse thì các bạn cure rồi sau đó bỏ cái top coat để giữ cái design của mình. Nhưng mà các bạn coi cái này á, các bạn cũng thấy là nếu mà dùng cái clear tip á, thì nó bị clear. Nếu mà các bạn không dùng màu đen, cái loại này nó là sheer nên các bạn có thể dùng thêm những cái màu đậm hoặc là dùng bằng không có màu thì nó ra cái sheer rất là đẹp nha các bạn.
All right, so as I'm curing, I'm going to prep a palette. So I'm just getting some Expert Touch removal wraps, and I'm going to use this as my palette, just because it's easy to use and it's convenient, and I can just toss it when I'm done with it. And then I'm going to be using Chroma Effects gel color top coat. And the reason why I'm using the Chroma Effects is because it doesn't have an inhibition layer, and I'm not worried about it not curing all the way once I sprinkle my powder on to create my 3D. So I'm gonna move that aside. My nail is done curing. So this is the finished look of the Platinum Eclipse shade. And then I'm gonna get my Expert Touch lint-free wipe and some NAS99 and remove that inhibition layer. And like I said before, I'm gonna do this twice just to ensure that I don't have anything left on the nail. Now you could use your Chroma Effects gel color top coat. If you did, you would have to file that off if on removal if you're doing this on a natural gel manicure. So using the Stay Shiny, you'll just have to wrap it and it should come off quite easily. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do that second wipe. And then I'm gonna prep my nail art brush in a little bit of that Chroma Effects top coat that I placed earlier.
Sau khi các bạn làm design, các bạn nên bỏ cái top coat để giữ cái matte, cái màu, cái nét đẹp của cái velvet này nha các bạn. Rồi sau đó lấy cái alcohol chùi sạch, rất là sạch, thì các bạn cũng thấy đó, Cardina chùi với alcohol 2 lần để cho cái móng rất là trơn và sạch nha các bạn.
All right, so now my nail is clean and I'm going to add on some strokes. Now this is pretty abstract. I kind of wanted to go for a more graffiti look. So I'm just doing some crisscrosses going one way different thicknesses of each line. And there's really no rhyme or reason on how I'm doing this. You don't want to do too many, but once we add that powder, you're going to be able to see the design develop. So it's kind of hard to see. You can see a little bit of where it's textured and where the gel is laid out. And I'm just going to sprinkle on these two colors. So here I have Violet Visionary and Seventh and Flower. And these are two of the shades from OPI's Downtown LA collection. So two of the 6 Powder Perfection collections that are available in the Downtown LA collection. I've pre-poured them into these little cups, disposable cups, and I'm gonna just simply pour it over. You want to make sure you are pouring it over, not dipping, because the gel color is not cured yet. And I'm just gonna randomly place it on the nail in no particular order. I kind of want it like spotty. I want different areas to be different colors. And just moving my nail around, making sure I get every spot covered because I want all that gel color to have color on it.
Sau khi Gardena dùng cái chrome effect top coat vẽ mấy cái design lên, rồi sau đó Gardena dùng 2 màu của Downtown LA Powder Perfection nha, là bột nhúng nha các bạn. 2 màu này gọi là Seventh and Flower, and một cái màu thứ hai là Velvet Visionary. 2 màu này phối hợp với nhau thì để rác lên những cái chỗ mà Gardena mới vẽ lên.
All right, so I'm just waiting for that to cure, but once it's cured, it's gonna look something like this after dusting it off. I'll even go to the extent of getting some NAS99 and after dusting it off, making sure I get all the powder off of my client's fingers and, you know, just making it nice. I don't want any of that powder on top of the nail or anything like that. All right, so I'm just going to remove that dust by brushing it off. I'm gonna get another wipe with some NAS99. And it's the NAS99 isn't going to do anything to the powder because it's already cured, it's already on there, it's already set the way it's going to be. So this will withstand washing hands or anything like that, and it's not going to go anywhere. But now we have a double, hold on, let me remove my table towel because I made a mess here.
Sau khi các bạn rác xong mà mấy cái màu nó còn ở trên đó thì các bỏ vô đèn hơn 30 giây rồi lấy ra, rồi lấy cái giấy với lại alcohol chùi sạch để cho cái nét của vẽ mình lên cho nó sắc sảo hơn nha các bạn.
All right, now we have a double textured nail art design. Super quick and simple, but has, you know, a lot going on.
Yes, thank you so much, Galdina. I see the chat that Karen commented, ooh, I'm loving that design. I know, this design is so cool. I love that double with the magnetic effect, and then also using that chrome with the dip. That is so cool. And you also were able to incorporate the next collection we're going to be featuring, right? Which is, the next collection is Downtown LA. I know OPI, there's so much intention and purpose behind the collections that you guys create. And the best part about it is that there's always a storyline. So Heather, can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration and the storyline behind this next collection?
I totally can. Really, it was an inspiration of downtown Los Angeles. I mean, could it be more obvious from the name, right? We're coming out of summer. That was the Malibu collection. We know that for the 40th, for our anniversary this year, all of the collections for the seasons were named after areas in the LA area. And this one is this is my favorite, for sure. Downtown Los Angeles, that whole story is a trans-seasonal palette. It is full of colors you can use. And when I say trans-seasonal, they're great for spring. They're great for summer. They're going to be great for fall and winter. The colors are truly, I'll say transcendent now. I just think they're fantastic. They're super chic. They're super pigmented. And they're also a little bit gritty. You know, when you get into downtown LA and you see all of the graffiti art and all of the big, it's cement structures everywhere. And then you go up Mulholland Drive at night and see that glittering landscape at night, especially right at dusk. A lot of these colors really inspired that, and we're inspired by that. The colors they're just fantastic. The standout color in this, our hero, is Abstract After Dark. And it's really about taking something older and putting a new spin on it. It's really an updated version of one of our classic icons, Lincoln Park After Dark, but that's a cream. This is a serious shimmer, and it's got a lot of dimension. We want to talk dimension, maybe not as much dimension as a magnet, but
No.
it's pretty dimensional. And you almost can't tell what color that shimmer is. It's a little bit gold, it's a little bit coppery, it's a little bit pink, it's a little bit blue. It's just stunning. And the impact in just one coat is fantastic.
Yes, and I love how, again, what she said, like you can really see the inspiration behind the color. You see these colors throughout downtown LA, and that's just the coolest part. You're just kind of pulling the best parts of LA into this collection alone. And we're so excited. I love that the trend is trans-seasonal, because I love the idea of incorporating something that was in like a previous season, like summer, incorporating it now into the fall. So I am so excited to see this collection, and we can't wait to see Galdina highlight some of these colors. Galdina, take it away.
Wow, thanks for all that information. Yes, I am loving this collection. When I saw this palette, I was like, I think this was made for me, but I'm here to share it with everyone today. So here is the lineup of the shades. And yeah, there are 6. I did use 2 of them in the last demonstration, 6 Powder Perfection colors as well. But I'm going to be showing you some nail art using gel colors. So this is a graffiti LA inspired look. Simple to do. You don't need much art technique. It's mainly about placement and just layering gel color. All right.
Các bạn coi kế tiếp là Gardena sẽ dùng một cái sưu tập mới gọi là Downtown LA, tổng cộng có 12 màu nha các bạn. Nhưng trong 12 màu này 6 màu có Powder Perfection là bột dip. Thì nếu mà các bạn đang coi mà thích những sản phẩm này hoặc những sưu tập này thì các bạn có thể gọi ngay Skyline Beauty Supply để mua ngay những sản phẩm này nha các bạn.
All right. Thank you so much. So after properly prepping the nails, and if you have any questions on how to do that, please head over to OPI.com or download the OPI Education app. And also there's videos on how to do that on OPI Professional's YouTube channel. So after properly prepping the nail and applying your Band-Aid and base coat, you'd want to go in and we're going to do 2 coats of Graffiti Sweetie. And Graffiti Sweetie is this pastel-y lilac color, but also has a little bit of gray in it. So that's why I decided to use it as like my background or my wall for my graffiti art. So
you renamed that color. What did you call that earlier?
Oh, the Gurple? Yes. There's a couple Gurples in this collection.
Gurple is what? Before people get confused, what is Gurple?
It's a grayish purple.
Okay.
I mean, everything is about combining 2 names so you can be lazy and use less syllables, right?
All right, so as you can see, this is 1 coat, and look at the opacity on that just 1 coat. Like Heather said, this collection, the colors are just 2 colors. I'm just loving the ease of the application of each of these colors, which I know sometimes gel color, because of the gel viscosity, pigments can sometimes get lost in that gel, and it's hard to get that full-on coverage with just 2 coats. But this collection is really giving you that that finish with just the 2 coats. And I'm curing that for 30 seconds in the OPI LED light. And then we're going to go ahead and do a second coat of Graffiti Sweetie.
I love that you're doing a graffiti look on Graffiti Sweetie.
Right.
I know. It's perfect. It's the perfect color to do this nail art with.
It really is. It's graffiti on a brick wall at dusk.
Các bạn đã coi thì Gardena dùng cái màu mới gọi là Graffiti Sweetie. Thì các bạn coi cái lớp đầu tiên, xong rồi cure 30 giây, rồi sau đó cái sơn lên lớp thứ 2 thì các bạn cũng thấy even một lớp thôi là cái màu này cũng rất là đậm đà nha các bạn.
All right, so after applying that second coat, I'm curing that for 30 seconds in the OPI LED light. And then I'm going to get a OPI removal wrap, and I'm going to prep it as my palette. So the colors I'm using today for my nail art looks is OPI Hearts DTLA. This is the other Gurple we were talking about. And it's a little bit darker than Graffiti Sweetie. which is perfect for the lines to create my brick look. So I'm just gonna add a little dollop to my palette and move that aside. My nail is done curing, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. And I'm gonna draw on using my nail art brush. So I'm gonna load up my brush and make sure that I have it nice and even. I'm using a striping brush. It's like a medium striping brush. Now, a pro tip here, I'm going to remove that inhibition layer because I want some nice thin lines. I don't want it to be too thick. That's just the look that I'm going for. So I'm gonna use some NES 99 and Expert Touch lint-free wipe to remove that inhibition layer and prep it for my nail art.
That's such an important tip for line work because we know that that little bit of inhibition layer, it can make that color layer just spread out just a little bit and it messes with your crisp lines.
Right.
This is a hugely important step.
I just want to call out the opacity is still there, even though I wiped off that inhibition layer. I know sometimes it can remove a little bit of the color. So if you are wiping that inhibition layer with other colors, maybe sometimes you need 3 coats rather than 2, but not with a Graffiti Sweetie. All right, so I'm going to go in and draw on some horizontal lines. Now they don't have to be perfect, and I'm using the tip of my brush to create those lines. And the beauty of doing this brick wall is that they don't have to be even. In fact, I don't know if you noticed, but I am kind of squiggling my brush back and forth because I do want them to be uneven. Because if you look at a natural brick wall, you're gonna notice that those lines aren't perfectly placed and they aren't perfectly even.
Các bạn đã coi thì Cordina dùng cái màu thứ hai để vẽ lên. Cái màu thứ hai này cũng là trong cái Downtown LA Collection, đó là OPI, trái tim, DTLA, và dùng cái màu này để làm thành một giống như cái gạch tường đó các bạn. Thì với cái line brush thì các bạn cũng thấy vẽ từ từ lên mấy cái line sọc ngang qua cái móng tay rồi từ từ ngắt lại thành giống như mấy cục gạch trên tường đó các bạn.
All right, so after adding those horizontal lines, I went ahead and did some vertical lines in a staggered pattern in between each line that I had placed before. So now I have a brick pattern, and I'm gonna go ahead and cure that for 30 seconds.
Galdina, before you cure that, can I have you show one thing under camera really quick? Because
Sure.
I noticed that this is something that nail pros tend to struggle with, is getting those lines any kind of straight. She did indicate we don't have to have them super straight, but a lot of people are like, oh my God, how do I get it from side to side like that? And you notice that when she was putting those lines on, she was turning the nail. This is no different than when you hold your client's hand, when you hold their finger, don't try to turn your whole body or your whole brush over that nail. Turn their finger and you'll get much better consistency in your line work. That was fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you for calling that out. That is a huge factor on how I do get straight lines, even though I'm not trying to get so straight lines, but they're all going the same way. All right, so I'm just gonna get an Expert Touch lint-free wipe, and I'm gonna remove that color that I had on my brush, the graffiti or the OPI Hearts DTLA. And then I'm gonna get my palette and place a couple more colors. So here I have Isn't It Grand Avenue, and it's this lovely deep navy color. I'm gonna apply a dollop to my palette right there. And also Violet Visionary, which is this lovely purple color.
Cordina đang lấy hai cái màu cũng là từ bộ sưu tập Downtown LA, Isn't It Grand Avenue và Velvet Visionary, và một cái màu đó là Seventh and Flower. Ba cái màu này nha các bạn, bỏ ra miếng foil để vẽ thêm lằn trên cái design của cái móng.
Yeah, so the last color I'm applying is Seventh and Flower, which is one of my favorites. And I have my palette ready, and I'm gonna grab my nail from the light. And I'm just going to blob, I don't know the technical term, blot, I don't know. Because I'm just basically dipping my brush in the color and adding random
It's splatter.
splatters, yeah, but not necessarily splattering, but
We're not splatting it to get the splatter, right?
right. And I'm going to just give that a quick flash cure while I clean my brush.
I like that. What did you call it? Blobbing?
Blopping?
I
I don't
We've
know.
got the technical term. There's no reason that we can't. There's no rules,
All you gotta do is just blob it.
right? Just kind of.
So I'm going to
Get it
go
on there.
ahead and do that with the two other colors, flash curing in between, because I am layering it over the other color. Just doing a quick flash cure.
Các bạn cũng coi đó là Gardena lần lượt dùng 3 màu này với cái cọ và mỗi lần dùng một màu để giống như thả những cái màu này lên và các bạn có thể cứ chấm chấm lên để làm thành một cái mẫu trên gạch nha các bạn.
All right, and with my last color here, just adding some more. And because it's the last color that I'm using, I'm going to go ahead and give this a full 30-second cure.
Sau khi các bạn sơn lên cái màu thứ ba xong thì các bạn muốn bỏ lên bỏ cái design vô cái đèn để cure đúng 30 giây.
All right, so that's pretty much done. I'm going to let that cure for a full 30 seconds. And instead of trying to hand paint letters, which I know can be difficult for some or can be time consuming, let's say your client came in and wanted a design last minute, and you don't have enough time, I'm going to utilize these stickers, and they're, I guess, considered like old English letters. So, you know, still graffiti related, and I'm just going to place these on top. So I have that there. Now, a pro tip for when you are using nail art stickers with gel color is removing that inhibition layer. Really, really important. If you're having problems with your stickers lifting off of your gel color, even after, you know, you've applied your top coat, your client comes back the next day and they're like, it chipped. And, you know, the reason is because you have that sticky inhibition layer. It's like having oil on there and trying to place something sticky on top. It's not going to work. So I'm going to remove that inhibition layer with some NAS 99 and Expert Touch lint-free wipe. And now I'm ready to place my stickers.
Các bạn đang coi thì sau khi cure cái design xong thì các bạn muốn lấy alcohol để chùi lên mặt móng cho nó sạch trước khi các bạn dán sticker lên nha.
Okay, so the L doesn't want to come off. So let's do OPI instead. How about that?
Flexibility.
Right, so simply place. Now, nail art stickers nowadays are so much nicer than back in the day.
Oh my God, all we had was water decals
Right?
15, 20 years ago. Did I just say that out loud?
And I want to say, I'm pretty sure Skyline has these or something similar available. So hit them up, give them a call. Does anybody know Old English? Hold on. HI, okay.
There you are.
Losing a little bit of accent.
I was going to go through the whole alphabet from A, but I think
I almost did.
figured it out.
I don't think that there's a nail art tool that Skyline does not have. It's like Disneyland.
Yes.
Right?
Every time I go in there, I know I need to spend some time, and I can't have anywhere I need to go right afterwards. It's not possible.
All right, so I've placed my stickers, and I'm going to go in with a little bit of Stay Classic base coat. And the reason why I'm using Stay Classic over Stay Strong is just the viscosity is thinner, and I don't want any bulkiness. It's just to make sure that my top coat sticks to those shiny stickers and ensures that they aren't going to chip off. So these are my pro tips for getting those stickers to stay on with your gel color. Wipe that inhibition layer. Apply some Stay Classic base coat on top of the stickers. You don't have to do the whole nail again, just right where the stickers are at. And then we're going to go in with our Stay Shiny top coat. And those stickers are going to stay on until your client comes back, and you're going to have to file them off.
And does that add any removal time at the end of it if you're doing it on a natural nail?
It does not, because all of these products are soluble with Expert Touch lacquer removal. So unless you're using, like, let's say the gel color no cleanse Chrome Effects top coat, then you might have to file that off. But because all of these products are easy removal, you might need a little bit more time just because of the layers we have, but just with the two coats that we have of our color, it shouldn't give you too much trouble for removal.
That's good news.
Các bạn đang coi thì Gardena sau khi làm cái mẫu xong lấy cái alcohol chùi cái design của mình, sau đó bỏ cái sticker lên và muốn giữ cái sticker lên gắn lâu dài và bền bỉ hơn thì các bạn bỏ sticker lên và bỏ cái base nha các bạn. Bỏ cái base vòng vòng ngay cái chỗ sticker thôi. Sau đó rồi bỏ thêm một cái lớp top coat để cho cái sticker rất là giữ chắc cho tới 2-3 tuần luôn.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and give that a full 30-second cure, and then we're going to grab an expert touch lint-free wipe and some NAS99 so we can remove that inhibition layer that our Stay Shiny top coat leaves behind. And NAS99 is 99% isopropyl alcohol, so it's going to remove that all that inhibition layer and dry super quick because we've got less water in there in comparison to other alcohols.
Đó, sau khi cure xong thì các bạn lấy ra và chùi với 99% alcohol thì các bạn thấy cái design rất là đẹp và nó cũng giữ cái sticker chắc và bền luôn nha các bạn.
And there we have it. So yeah, you can go ahead and leave the brick wall as is or tag it up like I did, but that is a fun, edgy, graffiti-inspired nail art look.
Oh, that is so fun. Thank you so much, Galdino. I love tag it up. I love that so much. That just kind of sticks to, you know, the theme of this collection,
Yes.
which I absolutely love. Like we mentioned, if you guys are interested in getting the Velvet Vision collection or the Downtown LA collection, you can head over to Skyline Beauty Supply. They have stickers, they have magnets, they have all the things you probably will need. So go ahead and give them a call and you might be able to get some free goodies while you're purchasing some items as well. All right. We are going to feature one more collection, which is also such a cool and unique collection. It's probably just so like unique to the market right now, and that is OPI's new Nature Strong collection. Heather, you know so much about this. Can you share with us what Nature Strong's about?
I can do that. Every time you give me an introduction, Heather knows everything. So I better answer the questions correctly. And if you guys are in the chat and I answer something incorrectly, you should probably call me on it right now, since this is the beginning of our campaign trail on this, right? So Nature Strong, that is our newest actually franchise. It's one of our new products in general at OPI. It is our newest lacquer line baby. The best thing about Nature Strong is that it is naturally sourced. It is a vegan line. We are vegan certified. The products, all of the chemicals in it, they're naturally sourced. I shouldn't say chemicals, ingredients. It is ingredients are naturally sourced. We're talking manioc, we're talking corn, we're talking sugar cane.
Yeah.
That's your favorite.
Yeah, I love sugar. Everyone loves sugar cane.
Right, everyone loves sugar cane. Please don't eat it. That's all I'm going to tell you right now.
Don't
Please
eat the nail polish, but you can
drink
eat sugar cane.
it. You can eat all the sugar cane you want. The collection comes in 30 beautiful, highly, highly pigmented colors. The coolest thing about that part is that you don't need a base coat. The color coat itself is self-adhering. That being said, some people tend to be a little prone to staining. Some people like the darker colors. They can be challenging. If you find that that's an issue for you in the past, this is a traditional lacquer in that way. You definitely want to try to use some sort of a base coat, and we're suggesting using formaldehyde-free Nail NB as a bonus. But in general, you don't need a base coat. It's not necessary to extend the wear of the product. The other cool thing is that most naturally sourced vegan lines on the market, they don't really perform, right? You're going to maybe get your like day out of it, and that's very frustrating. So if you wear traditional lacquer normally quite well, you'll wear this just as well as you normally wear your favorite lacquer line. So you're not going to sacrifice performance when you're looking for that naturally sourced story. What works for you? That's definitely a bonus. We have a top coat. It's optional. If you want to get that like super high premium salon shine, add a little layer of that top coat to finish it off.
Yep, add that extra oomph to it. And I love that you guys also went a step further and even thought about the packaging behind this collection.
We did. We've got a 20%, I'm over here. The lighting is getting in my way. I can't even tell I'm looking at it anymore. The cap and bottle are composed of 20% post-consumer recycled materials. What does that mean? It means that we made most of this packaging with recycled materials, guys. We're trying to keep it sustainable. Even our chipboard displays, when you buy them out of the display in the store, are made with 100% recycled materials and feature natural inks.
Yes, I love that. Not only you guys were thoughtful about the actual ingredients within the product, but you went above and beyond and thought about the packaging and everything that goes beyond that.
You got to put our money where our mouth is.
Yes, and I love that. And I think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be really excited about this collection and all these colors, because these are 30 brand new colors you guys have launched. And I love the names for all of them. They're so fun, and they're inspired by nature. So I love that as well. Galdina, we're ready to see what you have prepared for us today for Nature Strong.
All right, so 'tis the season. 'Tis the season for pumpkin spice. 'Tis the season for pre-Halloween. I feel like once September comes, so does Halloween. So why not do a Halloween-inspired nail art look? So I'm going to actually demonstrate on how to use stamping using Nature Strong. So stamping actually goes hand in hand with Nature Strong because of the pigmentation in the formula. So this right here is using our Nature Strong, just one coat of the Onyx Skies, and we did it over Once and Floral. So of course, after properly prepping the nails, you want to go ahead and apply a coat of Bond Aid. And this is just a pH balancing agent. It's going to help make the nail more alkaline and also slightly dehydrate that top layer. And let me grab my swatch stick.
Các bạn sắp sửa coi là Gardena sẽ dùng một cái bộ sưu tầm mới của công ty OPI. Bộ sưu tầm này gọi là Nature Strong. Cái tên thì các bạn cũng nghe thì các bạn cũng thấy là những cái nguyên liệu của sản phẩm này, nhất là nước sơn này, là từ thiên nhiên, rất là tự nhiên. Thì các bạn cũng thấy là tất cả tổng cộng có 30 màu. Và một màu sau đây các bạn thấy đó, Gardena đang coi trên màn ảnh. Các bạn đang coi trên màn ảnh thì Gardena sơn cái màu này rất là đẹp, và mới có một lớp đầu tiên thôi thì các bạn thấy cái màu rất là sắc sảo và nó che phủ lên mặt móng rất là rõ và đẹp nha các bạn.
Now look at that one coverage application.
That's
so
ridiculous.
We're skipping base coat. We're only having to do 2 coats with the optional top coat. But how fascinating is this? This is perfect for our DIYers. If you're selling products in your salon, have some of these around so your clients can do touch-ups at home. But yes, this collection with its pigmentation is fire.
Các bạn đang coi thì các bạn cũng thấy đó, cái loại nước sơn này các bạn không cần sơn base. Nhưng nếu mà các bạn muốn sơn base cho những khách nào mà hay có dầu trên mặt móng mà nó hay bị chóc thì các bạn cũng có thể bỏ cái base. Nhưng cái nước sơn này nó có base trong cái nước sơn rồi thì các bạn không cần nha. Nhưng mà các bạn cũng thấy đó, vừa sơn một lớp thôi là cái màu rất là rực rỡ và sắc sảo.
The color is so vibrant.
It's so vibrant. So notice I was shaking the bottle up first. So you want to make sure that you are shaking your bottles before use for 1 minute to make sure that all the ingredients are mixed all together. And that's important because of the high pigmentation in this, and also because of the less processing in the formulation. You're going to have to want to shake that bottle up in order to get a nice clean application. And the viscosity is thicker because of the less processing in the formula.
It's thicker, but it's still very creamy and workable,
it's
right?
so easy
It's
to
really
apply
nice.
though too.
Cái màu mà Gardena đang sơn gọi là Once and Floral. Cũng một cái lời khuyên từ Gardena nói là trước khi các bạn dùng những sản phẩm này thì các bạn nên lắc khoảng chừng gần 1 phút để cho những cái sản phẩm, tại những cái màu này với cái pigment này nó mang từ tự thiên nhiên thì tất nhiên cái process nó làm thì khác chút xíu, nên các bạn phải muốn shake đều trước khi các bạn sơn nha. Và các bạn cũng thấy Gardena sẽ dùng cái màu đen của cái Nature Collection này làm stamping. Yes, các bạn nghe đúng rồi, là stamping nha. Tại vì những cái màu này rất là pigment nó có đủ pigment để làm stamping. Đây là cũng cho một cơ hội các bạn nào mà không thích xài gel polish mà nước sơn không thì dùng cái nước sơn này làm stamping cũng rất là đẹp.
Galdina, before you move on to the stamping, let's point out really quickly just before we move on to it, that this doesn't need a top coat. And I want to call out that what we're seeing under camera, when it's on a tip, it tends to rough it up a little bit. So we want to actually make sure that our viewers know that you are going to get a good shine and it's a very smooth application.
You are.
So
yes.
any of that roughness you're seeing, it's just a reaction with those tips.
Right. So, but I also do want to showcase that this is one coat, the one that I just did, and this is the second coat on top of it.
Man.
And you're gonna see it's a little bit shinier than that first coat because that second layer does add a little bit more coverage over that plastic tip, so the plastic tip isn't eating up at it. But
Which one is the first one? The first coat.
you can't really tell that much, but you can tell on the shininess.
Which one is first coat?
This one.
Okay.
One coat, two
this
coat.
one. So cái ngón này các bạn coi nè, cái này là sơn có một lớp nha. Còn cái tip này là sơn 2 lớp. Thì các bạn cũng thấy đó, nó chỉ khác nhau không có nhiều, chút xíu thôi, nhưng mà cái lớp thứ hai thì nó ra bóng hơn và nó nhìn nó sắc sảo hơn chút xíu.
All right. So this one, this nail right here, I already had dried earlier. I did do 2 coats. I wanted it to be completely dry for my demo. So I have that right here ready to go. And I'm just going to use a standard stamping plate with a standard picker-upper thing, stamper. And I'm going to be using Onyx Skies as my black for this. And because it's so highly pigmented, it's going to be perfect for this.
Các bạn đang coi thì Gardena dùng cái màu Onyx Sky là cái màu đen của Nature Strong Collection. Thì Gardena dùng cái cọ này vẽ lên cái chỗ stamp mà các bạn muốn, rồi gạt đi gạt lại 2-3 lần để cho cái nước sơn nó lên đều lên cái stamping plate, rồi ấn lên giống như Gardena đang làm đó. Rồi các bạn thấy không? Yeah.
So my pickup wasn't perfect, but you can see that I was able to transfer the design. Pro tip is to add a generous amount onto your plate, give it a couple swipes, and then you want to treat it like you're icing a cake on a 3rd swipe, and then a gentle final swipe, and then pick it up, and you should be able to easily transfer this onto your nail.
Các bạn cũng thấy đó, Gardena đang dùng ấn lên.
And I'm just going to remove that little guy. I don't want him there. And just press down anything that frays out.
How cute is that?
I love it.
All right, and you want to let that completely dry. I already have one that I did here earlier, and then I'm just going to top coat it. Now, I do want to top coat this because the nail wasn't wet as I stamped it on. It was still able to stick on, but in order to make sure that it stays on, I'm going to go ahead and top coat with the Nature Strong and Natural Origin top coat.
Sau khi các bạn stamp lên cái móng rồi, các bạn muốn đợi chút xíu cho nó khô, rồi sau đó lấy cái Nature Strong top coat và sơn lên mỏng và đều nha các bạn.
And you want to make sure you are floating it on. Anytime you are doing nail art with Nature Strong, float the product on. I did put a generous amount, probably about like this, wiped off one side, enough for it to almost drip off of the brush, and then just simply glide it onto the nail.
Wow, that is so fun. That is like so perfect for Halloween because I feel like I would definitely wear those nails for
Right,
Halloween.
so fun and easy, but it's nice to know that you don't need to buy an extra line of stamping polishes or whatever. In order to do stamping, you can just use the line that you already have if you have Nature Strong.
No, and that trick that you were using is actually the biggest call out for that was there are stamping polishes and they're made because they're thicker.
Yeah, I learned from the best. Heather actually gave me the pro tips on how to use the stamping.
It's really when she was redepositing, when she was talking about icing a cake, it's getting that product in there, being heavy with it so that you can continue to sort of redeposit it and pull away. Every time you redeposit the color into that plate's design, into those indents, it's the solvents are going back through it again and keeping it soft so that it's also redepositing the color. You're getting darker and darker color every time that you do that. So when you finally pick it up, you get nice opaque design work that looks like a machine made it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a great tip. I love that.
Great pro tips.
It can be tricky, but once you have it for life.
Yes, and it took me a while, but once I practiced, I got a hold of it. Thanks for Heather coaching me on that. But
Thanks for being able to take it on.
so here we have it. These are the 3 looks using the 3 collections we had here today. And speaking of, within the 3 collections.
Các bạn đang coi thì đây là 3 mẫu mà hôm nay Cordina vừa chia sẻ với các bạn. Những mẫu này thì cũng là từ collection Downtown LA, Velvet Vision và Nature Strong. 3 siêu tập này là mới từ công ty OPI. Nếu mà các bạn muốn mua ngay những siêu tập này hoặc là những cái màu mã này thì các bạn có thể liên lạc Skyline Beauty Supply để mua ngay với những giá đặc biệt nha các bạn.
Yes, thank you so much, Galdina, for sharing with us your amazing nail art tips and tricks. And thank you, Heather, for also adding to that, because that is just such a treat for our audience to learn from the very best at OPI. Again, if you guys are interested in purchasing any items, make sure to head over to Skyline Beauty Supply to get those items. And if you are loving Galdina's nail art look today, and you want to recreate it and you want to follow her, Galdina, where can our audience find you?
So you can follow me on Instagram at Nailicious. I'm going to go ahead and type it in the chat. But yeah, give me a follow. I like to show off what I do in the salon. I also like to show off different designs that I come up with. So I like to do nail art videos on my personal page and just follow my nail art journey. If you have any questions that are nail related, go ahead and shoot me a DM, and I'm always happy to answer and help guide you through anything nail related.
In addition to that, you could also follow OPI Professionals Instagram page. It's OPI_professionals, and the main page at OPI. Tagging all of those, you can be featured on those pages and feature Galdina even further for inspiring you.
Yes, and before we forget, we said earlier, one audience member will win an amazing giveaway bundle. So Galdina does have that last question for us. Galdina, what is it?
So, name one color that we used during our show today. Now, it could be something that you saw on the slides, something that I featured here on the demo, but name one color.
Yes. So go ahead, guys. Go chat. Go put in our chat box. Go follow OPI Professionals as well as Galdina. You'll definitely want to see what else they're going to be launching and any special nail art that Galdina will be creating. I heard that OPI is looking for new educators, Heather. If someone is interested in joining the OPI team, how can they do that?
They can go online. We are always looking for educators. If you have passion for this industry, if you have a skill set you are destined to share, you can apply on www.joinwellaeducation.com. We are actively looking for nail artists to join our family in Chicago, Atlanta, the Northeast states up in the corner, Southern California right here, and in Orlando. But just because we list those areas does not necessarily mean that we only will hire you in those areas. If you have the drive and you have something to share, we want to talk to you. So please come and look us up online, www.joinwellaeducation.com, and you can apply right there.
Yes, công ty OPI đã cần tuyển nail artist cho vùng Chicago, Atlanta, Cali và Florida. Mọi chi tiết đăng ký tại www.joinwellaeducation.com. Again, guys, if you guys are interested, feel free to go ahead and head over to the website so you can apply and join the OPI team. Perfect. We want to give a special thank you to Galdina, Heather, and OPI for sponsoring today's show, as well as Skyline Beauty Supply. Again, you guys don't want to miss out on all these special deals. This 20% off. You can get the collections right now, whether it's Velvet Vision, Nature Strong, or Downtown LA. You will definitely want to get your hands on all of these, really. So don't miss out. Again, thank you everybody for joining us, and we'll see you next time. I'm Tiffany Ho, and this is the Nail Tip Show. Bye.